Hello everyone, this is Simple Math for you and our lesson today is angle relationships. أهلا بكم في Simple Math for you ودرسنا اليوم هو العلاقات بين الزوايا. This is part 1 وهذا هو الجزء الأول. In this part we are going to discuss complementary and supplementary angles, الزوايا المكملة والزوايا المتممة, and also perpendicularity, التعامد. Yes. Before we start, let's recall the meaning of an angle. What is an angle? Angle, الزاوية. Angle. Angle is formed by intersection of two rays. الزاوية تتكون من تقاطع شعاعين. And they are intersecting at a point called the vertex. This is called the vertex. How can we name the angle? Let's assume this is a point on one of the rays. This is the vertex and this is another point on the other ray. So actually we can say that this angle is formed by the intersection of ray BA and ray BC. تقاطع شعاعين BA و BC كون لنا هذه الزاوية اللي هي it's called, we can name it angle ABC. Angle ABC. You can call it as well CBA. If it's not shared with any other angle, we can also name it angle B. Yani if there is no other angle sharing with it, مثلا here, this is shared. In this case, we cannot say that this is angle B because we don't know what angle we mean. Is it this one? Is it the total one? Is it the blue one? So that's why we will name it only if it's not shared. What are types of angle? أنواع الزوايا. في عنا acute angle and it looks acute, حادة, زاوية حادة, and usually it is this angle اللي هي نسميها theta more than 0 and less than 90 degrees. The second type is the right angle, الزاوية القائمة, when the rays intersect at an angle equals to 90. Usually we show it using this rectangle or small square. And usually it is exactly 90 degrees. بالضبط 90 درجة الزاوية القائمة. الزاوية الثالثة اللي هي obtuse وهي الزاوية المنفرجة. الزاوية المنفرجة which is more than 90 and less than 180. And number 4, we have the straight angle. And from the name straight, it is just straight line. This is 180 degrees exactly. And as you have noticed, the straight angle is the intersection of two opposite rays. So a ray coming from this side, the other one is coming from the other side. This is a short revision of the types of angles. Let's see here the meaning of complementary and supplementary angles. We have discussed that in a previous video, but now we are going to emphasize on these concepts. As we might have remembered, كما نتذكر, complementary اللي هي المكملة, two angles with measures that have a sum of 90. For example, 30 and 60. These angles are called complementary, مكملة لبعضها البعض. So whenever you see the word complementary, you should know that the sum is 90. Now, supplementary angles, they have sum of 180 degrees. I always tell my students to remember the difference. S is looking like 8. So you can remember that supplementary have sum 180. Complementary is part of 90. So the complementary is the angles with adding up to 90 degrees. Okay. And accordingly, we can solve exercises using these concepts. The difference between الفرق بين between the measures of two supplementary angles is 18. We will pick the keywords. First, we have two different angles. So we can say that angle 1, or the first angle, we can name it X. The second angle, we can name it Y. So if they are supplementary, we can write that X plus y equals 180. Perfect. Now the difference, الفرق بين of the two supplementary angles يعني between these two angles is 80. What are the angles? This is the best way to solve this exercise in my opinion. Now it turns up to system of equations. صار نظام معادلة بمتغيرين x and y, and you can solve it using elimination or substitution. So in this case, we can notice that we can add to eliminate the y. And when you add 1x plus 1x to 2x, 180 plus 18, so it is 891. And you divide both sides by 2. So 198 divided by 2 is 99 degrees. So if the first angle is 99, so this is the first angle, so the y is the second angle is what? Either you can know that the sum is 180, or you can replace in equation 1 or 2. I prefer replacing in equation 1. So 99 plus y equals 180. So y is 180 minus 99, which is 81 degrees. Let's check our solution. Make sense or not? If you add them, it will lead up to 180, yes. If you subtract them, meaning 99 minus 81, it will lead to 18, yes. So yes, they are the correct angles. This is how we solve in general any exercise. Let's go to the practice now. Find the measures of two supplementary angles. Same thing. Directly we can write x plus y is 180. إنهم supplementary. متممين لبعض 180 مجموعهم. If the difference between the measure of two angles is 35, so x minus y is 35. So what to do? Same thing, you can add. So it's 2x equals. You can try by your own. By the way, the calculator, if you remember in one of the videos before, in lesson 7.2 or 7.3, I showed you how to use the calculator to solve systems of equation. You can use mode 5.1 in Casio 991 ES. You can use it. 2x equals. Let's now go back to our traditional way. 180 plus 35 is 215. And when you divide, it is giving you 107.5. Replacing 180 minus 107.5, it is equal to 72.5. That means we can have fraction, and it is difficult to predict if you have fractions, if you have decimals. Okay, now angle A and F are complementary. So we name this X, we name this Y. So their sum is 90. Complementary. مكملين لبعض مش متممين. The measure of angle E اللي احنا سميناها X is 54 more than the measure of angle F اللي سميناها Y. So we can write the equation. Direct translation. Now, do you prefer now to use elimination or substitution? Since the second equation is not written in standard form, and it is written in such a way that it's giving the value of x, this is solving by substitution, and it helps to be given to equation 1. Yani x is ready to give. If you remember, one sends, one receives. So بعتت يعني هي تبعت أو تعطي x، تعطي الفاليو مالتها اللي هي هذه. And it will give you the value of x over there. So it is now equation 1, 54 plus y. plus another y equals to 90. Now خلاص we don't need this one because we have translated it already. And we will solve. Of course, you can solve by elimination by taking the y to the other side and align the variables. حط الفاريبلز المناسبة تحت بعض والأرقام تحت بعض. And if you now solve 1y plus 1y 2y, 2y is 90 minus 54, it's 36. And when you divide, y is 18. Now finding the other value, so replacing in 1 was x plus y equals to 90. So replace the y by 18, which is this one. So x 90 minus 18, which is 72. So we have now two angles, and you can check that their sum is 90. وفعلا واحدة منهم, one of them is 54 more than the other one. Let's see here. The measure of the supplement of the angle is 3 times the measure of the angle. Now, if the angle that we don't know is x, what is the measure of the supplement? Let's try. If the angle was 60, how much is the supplement? 120, because they are up, can be added to give you 180. إذا كانت 100, it will give you 80. So the supplement can be found by subtracting the angle from 180, simply. So if you don't know the angle, and you assume it x, so the supplement is how much? 180 minus x. So now, we now have the expression of the supplement. Let's retranslate again. The measure of the supplement, which is 180 minus x, is equal to 3 times 3 multiplied by the measure of the angle, which we assumed x. So we have translated now. Now, how can we solve? As usual, we can combine like terms. You can take the negative x there. So 180 is 3x plus x. So 180 is 4x. Divide by 4. So 180 divided by 4 is 45. So the angle is 45. Let's check. Let's check in another color. If you check, what is the supplement of this angle? The supplement is 180 minus 45, which is 135. Now let's check. Is the 135 3 times the 45? And if you multiply 3 by 45, we will have 135. So صح. Yes. So the angle is 45. Real life application. A bridge shown here is opening from horizontal position to its fully vertical position. طبعا fully vertical position is up to here. You cannot open more than that. This is up to here. هذا fully vertical position. And fully vertical position means what? Means that this angle is how much? أكيد 90 degrees. And that's why we show it's showing the square here. Okay, now, so far, the bridge has lifted 35 degrees. This angle now is 35 degrees. And it has been lifted to this position, يعني وصلت ل 35 degrees in 21 seconds. At this rate, بنفس السرعة, if we continue, how much longer, يعني the time is how much, to reach its vertical position. يعني to reach here. So how much left for us? We are still here, and we want the rest. That means we are looking for the complement, which is 90 minus 35, which is 55. So 55 degrees left here. So we need the 55 degrees to reach the vertical, يعني to reach the position in how many seconds? This is the proportion that we studied before. So we can write it in this way, and we can cross multiply, but let's write it in proportion form. We can say, يعني تناسب صار عندنا 35 over 55 equals 21 over x and cross multiply. So 35 times x equals 21 times 55. Divide by 35, both sides, and you can multiply 21 by 55 over 35, and it will be 33 seconds. The best way is to do that, يعني, to align the suitable or the proper dimensions after each other. Okay. Perpendicularity. Perpendicularity يعني التعامد. We have studied the word perpendicular. Perpendicular means it intersects. Perpendicular يعني intersects at right angle. متعامد عليها. It shows the right angle very clearly here. So perpendicular lines intersect to form 4 right angles. أكيد if this is 90, this one will be 90 and this will be 90 because both together will form 180 degrees أكيد. يعني بيعملوا لنا خط straight angles which is 180 degrees. So مجموعهم 180 درجة. Okay, so all angles will be right if it intersects in a perpendicular way. Let's check this exercise. Find the values of x and y such that PR and QS are perpendicular. So if PR, which is this one, and QS, which is this one, are perpendicular, معناها هذه كم؟ أكيد 90 degrees, and this is also 90 degrees. So we can start by finding either x or y. If you start by y, which is easier here, you can directly say that the angle for y minus plus 2 or 22 equals to 90. And so for y is 92. When you divide, 92 over 4 is 23. So y is 23. If you want to find x, actually, this angle together with the other one makes right angle. So that means they are complementary. هذا كله 90 degrees. All of it كله 90. So 5x plus the 6 plus the other angle is 90. And now we can combine like terms. 5x plus 2x, 7x. 7x is 90 minus 6. And when you divide, x is 12. We have applied the perpendicularity here. So here we can copy. This is 23 and this is 12. Let's solve another exercise here. WX is the line WX. We can name a line WX. أي نقطتين ممكن نسميهم W high X. And the other line is YZ. هذا YZ. Intersect يتقاطعان at point V عند النقطة V. If measure of angle WVY أمشي معاها W هاي WVY هذه الانجل هاي equal to 4A plus 58. Measure of angle XVY أمشي مع I prefer to sketch usually XVY, so this angle is 2B minus 18 degrees. Find the values of A and B such that WX is perpendicular. أوجد قيمة A و B بحيث أن الخط المستقيم WX متعامد على YZ. متعامد يعني هاي رايت، يعني هذه زاوية قائمة 90 وبالتالي هذه كمان 90 degrees. If he doesn't say that, we cannot assume. لا نستطيع أن نفترض حتى لو شكلهم هيك because I have sketched them. So معنى ذلك إنه الأنجل الأولى 4A plus 58 is equal to 90. And also the other angle 2B minus 18 is equal to 90. And I can solve each one individually. So 4A is 90 minus 58 is 32. And when you divide, A is 8. Similarly here, 2B is 90 plus 18, which is 108. And when you divide by 2, B is 54. In this case, we found the two unknowns A and B. Clear? Okay. We have here, refer to the figure at the right. If measure of angle 2, only 2, is A plus 15. Measure of angle 3 alone, A plus 35. Find the value of A such that HL is perpendicular to HG. HL, يعني this one, is perpendicular to HG. And it is shown by the right angle as you see here. This means that 2 and 3 together forming a right angle. And we can say that they are complementary. معناها measure of angle 2 plus measure of angle 3 equals to 90, as very clear here. Let's replace. Angle 2 is given. Angle 3 is given as A plus 35. And all what you have to do now, يعني first thing is you need to set up the equation properly. إذا حطيت الإيكويشن صح الباقي سهل. صار بس حل المعادلة. 2A's plus 15 plus 35, which is 50, equals to 90. So 2A is 90 minus 50, which is 40. Dividing both sides, so A is 20. Easy. If you want to, or if he wants to find each measure alone, يعني مثلا measure of angle 2 how much, و 3 how much, just replace. حط 20 مكان ال A بتصير 20 plus 15 35 والثانية نفس الشيء 55. Last question in this part, raise شعاعين DA and DC. It's very obvious that they are intersecting at D, متقاطعان عند ال D, so they are perpendicular at D. معناها في D نقطة الالتقاء الفيرتكس هاي intersection point. This is DA and this is DC. They are perpendicular يعني they make right angle. Point B lies in the interior. Point B somewhere inside. B هنا في الداخل. ما قال بالنص ولا بالربع ولا شيء، بس مهم في الداخل. If measure of angle ADB معناها حوصل عشان يطلع لي angle ADB. So أنا أتكلم عن هاي الانجل ADB 3A plus 10. And the measure of angle BDC. So this angle is 13A. Find A, measure of angle ADB, measure of angle BDC. So أولاً عشان نعرف ال A أول شيء we have to set the equation properly. As it's very clear here, the sum of the two given angles here should equal to 90. So directly you can say 13A plus 3A plus 10 equals to 90. Add, so 16A equals 90 minus 10 يعني 80. If you divide 80 divided by 16, it is giving you 5. This is part 1 هو A. خلصنا. Now to find measure of angle ADB, just replace اللي هي 3A plus 10. So I will replace this A by the 5. 15 plus 10 يعني 25. The other one is complement. So directly you can subtract it from 90. So measure of angle BDC أو replace عادي حتى you can replace 13 by 5 if you want. 13 by 5 is 65. وطبعا متوقع على إنه 90 minus 25 is 65. You can expect that. عليك أن تتوقع ذلك. وهنا نتوقف ونلتقي بالجزء الثاني. So we will stop here and we will meet in the next part. See you then. إلى اللقاء. Thank you.